iHealthTube, visiting with Dr. Cheryl Selman. We're talking about good nutrition, and Dr. Selman, soy is really, it's been a nutritional star in the health food world, but there's been some controversy about it lately. Could you discuss that with us?
I'd love to. You know, soy has been promoted, has been marketed to be a nutritional star. We hear so much about it. It's taken about 50 years to convince the American public that soy should be eaten. But there's another side to soy that we really need to understand. I used to eat a lot of soy as a vegetarian, which I am no longer. I'm a recovering vegetarian, I have to admit. I would eat tons of soy, and I thought it was a really good food. So let me just dispel some of those myths and give you some of the facts. First of all, the Asians are not healthier people because they eat soy. Soy is not a staple in Asia, and I actually have lived in Asia and Southeast Asia, so I can tell you for a fact it is not. The Chinese eat an average of 2 teaspoons a day worth of soy, and the Japanese may do maybe a couple of tablespoons a day.
That's not very much.
No, it's not very much. And the kind of soy that these people eat is basically a fermented form. So soy came from Asia. It was never considered a very nutritional food. It was only when they learned to ferment it in the form of miso by the Japanese particularly, and another form called natto, that they were able to make it digestible. Up until that point, it was only used in times of famine when they had nothing else. They would never eat the soybean. It was more used to put nitrogen into the soil. So the best way, and the only way I really recommend people eat soy, is in fermented forms. The reason why we have a problem with soy is there are some health concerns and effects of eating soy in its, right now, soy flour is in just about every kind of bread you buy.
That's right.
You have soy milk, you have soy nuts, you have, just soy oils, just proliferated. But the fact of the matter is soy is a very dangerous food. It's one of the top most allergic foods you can eat. We know wheat is allergic, milk. These are, highly allergic foods. You get little food allergies. Well, soy is cross-reactive with wheat, so it's extremely allergic. It will create a range of inflammatory conditions, and we are a very allergic society. We're very, people have lots of allergy issues, and soy contributes to that. The other thing about soy is that it interferes with thyroid function. It actually it's called goiterogenic, the term. It actually will block the action of your thyroid. 4 tablespoons a day, which is a glass of soy milk, is enough soy to actually have an effect on your thyroid. And we're a society that also has a tremendous amount of issues with thyroid problems. So one of the known effects of soy is that it's goiterogenic. It will compromise thyroid function, leading to hypothyroidism, a sluggish thyroid. It increases the body's need for vitamin D, so you have to take more vitamin D. It's a very inefficient form of B12. It will not supply the body's requirements for B12. It also is a trypsin inhibitor. It will block the absorption of proteins and interfere with the function of the pancreas. And aside from that, it also blocks the absorption of key minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and zinc and iron. So it's a terrible food to give to children. And one other thing I have to say, it's very estrogenic. Now, very popular form of soy is in the form of soy infant formulas. And a lot of people are using soy because their babies are allergic to milk or whatever. But in actual fact, it's a very poor, actually it's a really bad form of formula for children. One of the reasons why, if a baby is fed solely on soy infant formula, it's like giving that baby 5 birth control pills a day, the amount of estrogens. You get 13,000 to 22,000 times more estrogen circulating in a baby's body than if they were taking a milk formula. And that can lead to conditions later in life, such as this growing problem of early puberty, where we have 1 out of 6 8-year-olds going into puberty. Feeding children, little girls and little boys who also have reproductive abnormalities from doing the soy infant formula, can create a whole host of problems that can be with these children for the rest of their lives. So if you're going to do soy, it's nutritious as a fermented food. Tofu, by the way, is not fermented. We're talking tempeh, we're talking miso, and we're talking natto. In any other form of soy, be very judicious of its use. Only use a small amount. I occasionally use a little soy milk in my coffee because I don't like milk, but that's about it. And there are much more nutritious foods out there that will not have the health effects, which be detrimental effects, and can really provide us with our nutritional needs much better. And there's one more thing I want to add about soy. Most of the soy that you get, unless it says organic, is a GMO, genetically modified organism food, which means it has been tampered with. More and more research is coming out showing that GMO foods have serious debilitating effects to our health. So you do not want to be eating GMO foods, and unless it says organic soy, it is probably GMO. And also the major grower and distributor of soy tried to get the government to give it a GRAS labeling, generally recognized as safe, but when all the literature and science was presented, that request was denied. So it is not recognized as a generally recognized as safe product, which should be telling us something quite important about the effects of soy on our health.
Well, thanks for telling us the other side of the soy story. Thank you very much, Dr. Selman.
You're welcome.